This is Rogue Wing, Coraline, or Helen RD over at Starship Modeler. Welcome to the workshop. Okay. Just about to seriously start work on these Mobius Mark 7 Vipers for the Solaria Flight. Molds in place. I've built, just with your basic reusable modeling clay, a pour box to pour the resin I'm going to use into. I've left myself plenty of room around it, as well as adding the ends to give my pilot's legs somewhere to go. I'm going to stop this for just a minute while I get my chemicals poured. Then we'll go back on camera and mix up some resin. Okay. Down here I've got 10 cc's each of the 2 halves of my Alumilite casting plastic. Recipe's simple, uses equal parts of the A and B we take them both, pour them into a combined container. I want to mix it up really good. I use old coffee stirrers. You want to mix it up until the color is really uniform. Uh-oh. Looks like this one's starting to try to harden on me early. Stir it up a little more. Yeah, it hasn't gone to quite the milky that it turns when it's hardening, so we're good. You've actually got about 35 to 45 seconds before it starts thinking about it. And you pour it in gently over the mold. You want to try to make sure you get in behind all the areas where air bubbles might get trapped. I'm hoping my 20 cc's is enough, and it's not going to be. So I'm going to have to do this in 2 pours. So while that's trying to cure, I'm going to pour up another 10 cc's of each. There you go. Down here, I don't know how well it's showing up, but you can see where it's starting to colorize. As that color changes, that's the Alumilite curing. And I definitely didn't mix up enough. But we'll remedy that. And hopefully not have any problems. I'm going to go ahead and mix up the filler batch to make up for what I didn't fill here. And then I'll be back after that's poured and cured. We'll take a look and see what we've got. Okay, I've pulled the mold out, and as I feared, I should have done something to actually fasten the mold itself to the cockpit. Because what I've got here is leakage all over outside the fuselage. Now, I'm having luck breaking some of it off. Alright, good. All I got to do now is get the rest of the clay out, because it looks like the cockpit itself turned out alright, for which I'm quite happy actually. Just a little bit of cleanup, all the details there, and best of all, no seam lines. Alright. At this point, well, I'll just go ahead and show you. We got a couple of cockpits. This is the first pour. Got the hollows for the feet showing. Got the bottom all cleared out so I can actually get the bottom on the fuselage. There's still some clay that can be cleaned up, but at this point I figure it's not going to show, it's not going to be in the way, I'm not going to worry about it. Cockpit number 2, I ran into a little problem with the mix. As you can see, there's some discoloration down here in the seat. Down in here. But I've got the openings for the legs carved out. And again, it's all cleared out for the bottom of the fuselage to go into place. At this point, next step will probably be to actually, start following the instructions and to get rid of the trademarks on the bottoms of the fuselages. Now, there is one drawback to my progress today. My mold is looking considerably worse for the wear. These areas that were set up to make the holes for the legs have pretty much completely disintegrated now, as is this side of the cockpit chair. So I might be able to resculpt this in clay for one more use. Same with these. But at that point, that mold is pretty much done. But it did serve its purpose. I have 2 very well detailed cockpits to put in these Vipers.